Hey guys, this is gonna be a little guide to help those women that are trying to date or dating. I want to say that this is gonna be specifically for the females, specifically for dating. So this is not an audio about spells. This is not an audio about getting your exes back. So if that's something you want, and you want to get a spell, watch other audios that are meant for that purpose, or contact me on Reddit, tell me your situation, we'll see what we can do. And this is just going to be some advice about dating, nothing else. I apologize if there will be some noise. My neighbors are home and I got involved, so you are possibly going to hear them. Sometimes they're loud, sometimes they're not. So I can't know what's going to happen. I also want to say that I apologize. It wasn't this audio wasn't done yesterday. I just didn't have the time. I found some time right now. I'm quite busy, so yeah, bear with me. Also, want to mention that I'll probably make more than one audio on this topic because I can't possibly cover everything I want to say in one audio. It would be just way too long and no one would listen to it. All right. So you're trying to date, and there could be some obstacles here. We're gonna cover that first, and then we're gonna cover the fact that, of course, you don't want to get attached to the wrong man, and you don't want to get hurt, and all of that, and how to avoid those things. But first thing you're gonna have to master in order to successfully date, successfully find the right person, is you're gonna have to become a high value woman. And how do you become a high value woman? It's simply, again, through raising your vibration, your energy. So you have to work on, your issues. You have to really work on them, just like I instruct. So it's always the same thing with anything you want. You just need to become this confident person. So work on your self esteem, know that you're worthy, set your boundaries. You just gotta know what you want, what you don't want. You gotta be somebody that you have to be a woman that's hard to get, not in terms that you play games, but a woman that's not easy. Not everyone can have her, and this is because you know what you want, you have your high standards, and also you are so secure in yourself. You're enough, you are fine single, you are happy single. A man is an addition, he is not something you need, something you have to have, something you need and desperate for. A lot of females, when they date, they're usually doing it because they're afraid to be alone. They don't want to be alone. Whatever, they're needy, they're desperate. They really want a man, and this is just wrong. And with this type of energy, you're not gonna attract anything good. So you really need to be established high value woman first. Another issue that you might be having is if you are still hurt, you're still into your ex, or you're still in victim mentality because of what your ex did to you. Basically, you're still not over it, you still haven't healed. It's important to heal in order to obviously be able to move on. So it's healing is a process that takes time, and it can't happen overnight, but you can definitely speed it up. You can definitely do some things, explain some things to yourself in a rational manner, and just move on. So, for example, if your ex and yourself had some, issues that, some just obstacles that couldn't be overcome. So you wanted one thing, he wanted the other thing. Um, the way to deal with this can be hard because people are always thinking, what if, why, what if he changed, what if he wasn't like this? But hey, he was, and those are his wishes, and he has his standards, you have yours, and you just don't match. So the way to get over this is to know that you have different paths in life. So obviously in your natal chart you're meant to go a certain path, and he is meant to go a different path, and your paths just don't align. And that's just something important that you need to realize and just let go, because he just has his own path that does not align with yours. You have your path, and your paths are different. Unfortunately, that happens. So why did you even meet him then, you wonder? Well, it had to happen because you had some sort of a soul contract where you needed to go through this experience, where you needed to learn something through this experience. So just accept it, because it needed to happen. It gave you some wisdom for sure, even if you don't understand it yet, even if you haven't found it yet. And just accept that he has a different path, and he needs to follow his path just as well as you have to follow your own. And that is it. That's how you get over that one. Now, if your ex cheated, lied, left you for another woman, whatever the case may be, you just need to stop needing validation from him, because that's what you're probably doing, which is just how our brain reacts to trauma. So you need to understand, this does not mean you're not worthy enough. This does not mean you're less worthy because he did those things to you. It just proves that he is less worthy and that he does not meet your standards. He is a low value man and you are a high value woman. And that's it. That's how we deal with that one. So definitely just look who's to blame, and it's not you. And that's it. Try to explain things to yourself as somehow that you will understand them and you will be able to move on. Okay, now let's say you've done the work, you are doing really well, and you have no exes that are lingering in your head, at least not in a manner where you are like having problems about it. So how do you date? So obviously, if, for example, you can't get a date, if men are not approaching you, or you just can't get a date, there are no men around that are asking you out or something, this is because you are not in the right energy. So you are definitely, if this is happening, you're definitely in some kind of a needy energy or desperate energy. And again, you need to do the work. Get your mood elevated somehow, get yourself in a high vibration. You're gonna see that dates are just gonna pop up just like that, and it's gonna just happen really fast as soon as you get a bit better. So you have some audios about how to raise your vibration at least a bit. I can do that for you as well with a road opener. So that's something you're gonna need to do if that's your problem. And now, if you don't have a problem getting a date or talking to men, meeting men, how do you know when you need to basically move on from a guy? Don't waste your time and things like that. Now, this needs to be done before you get emotionally attached, or if you're just slightly emotionally attached, because later it's going to be a bit harder. So it's the best thing is to do it as soon as possible. So basically, if you notice a guy is not putting in the effort, or not enough effort, so if he texts here and there, if he asks you on a date here and there, or doesn't ask you on a date at all, you basically gonna just feel it, because as you know, everything's energy. So you're gonna just feel that something is off. You're gonna feel that you're not getting your needs met. You're gonna feel anxious. You're gonna feel confused. This is how you know the guy is basically flaky. So what you're gonna do with a guy like that is you are not gonna wait this is number one mistake. Just, wait and see how it goes, whatever. I have nothing going on anyway, so I'm just going to continue this. Very wrong. Don't do that. Or another option is having a total emotional breakdown, sending him paragraphs of text, how he doesn't do this and that and blah, blah, and all of those hurt messages. And you know how we tend to do that sometimes. Again, very wrong. He's just going to think you're crazy. So if you do the first thing, he's going to think he can do whatever with you. It's okay to keep you as his backup, which he's most likely doing. Or whatever. He's going to think you're way more interested in him than he is in you. Also, do not text him all the time and try to kind of try to put in the effort because he's not. Don't do that. That's very wrong. You're chasing him then, and he will just run. The other scenario I mentioned is the one where you basically send him paragraphs of texts, angry texts, hurt texts. This in a man just looks, oh, this bitch is crazy, and it just sends the ick to him. So don't do that. This is what a high value woman does. So the man doesn't waste her time. This is what you do. So you're going to send a text. Hi, look, I've been thinking and this is not working out for me. I'm just used to men putting in more effort and that's just what I prefer. Sorry. Nice to meet you. Bye. Something like that. Polite. Basically, you are telling him the truth, but in a really high value way. You're not sending paragraphs of needy and desperate text. You're just telling him he was not meeting your needs and that's it. You're done. And after that, if he starts sending some text which more likely he will, like, oh, I was just busy and things like that, just ignore those texts because you told what you wanted to say and you're done. Okay? So after this, two things are most likely to happen. One is nothing, and this is if he really was totally not really interested. And the second thing, the more likely thing to happen is that after you give him space, so basically you're not engaging in any more conversation after he replies to your text, he's going to think about it for a couple of days or weeks, sometimes months. And after that, he's going to realize, oh, wow, this girl was amazing. She's a high value woman because your text is telling that, your behavior is telling that. And he's going to come back and he's going to chase you. Yeah, that is the response you will get to this text. Trust me on that. I've tried it so many times on myself and on my clients, and that's how it works. So you need to stay really high value while dating to be able to tell, what's good for you, what's not good for you. And that is basically the secret. And this is all for this audio. I hope it was helpful. I don't have time to do more, unfortunately. I already have like a bunch of messages from my clients that I need to respond to. So, bye.